this kind of power, this kind of challenge, this kind of flying, crashing feeling. When you decide to get serious, there's only one place to come. The games of Super Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
What are we doing this morning? Well, it's 4:20 in the morning, and I am actually on the way to my Target to wait in line for the Super Nintendo release, the Super Nintendo Classic release. Yeah, so I'm actually on the way to go stand in line and wait to pick up one of these guys, and I actually want to try and hopefully get a couple interviews with some people, because I want to actually do a video on collectibles and like why people actually collect certain things. I think Nintendo has done a better job with this classic release as opposed to what they did with the NES Classic. They've increased stock. Working at Target, I got to see a lot of alerts and things like that. It said that we were supposed to be getting a minimum of 20, maximum of 50 with our first couple shipments. And so that, to me, it's better than what the original release of the NES Classic was, where we only got, I think, for our first release, I think we maybe got 3. And then I didn't get another shipment of, I believe, 5 until, I want to say, a month after the initial release. So I'm just about to pull up to the store. I know we have 37 units, and maybe that's some insider kind of shit that you're not really supposed to know, but it's information I knew and I'm using it. So I am pulling up and we're gonna run into Steve. I don't know if he's in his car or just in front of the store, so let's just see what's going on.
An eternity later.
Just record it. Steve, we've been here how long?
4:30 hours.
Well, you were here at 4. I was here at 4:30.
Why?
All that just for this. Well, Steve, you were before me, so you should buy the first one. I think that's fair
True
enough.
story.
Ticket.
Do you want the replacement plan?
You want the replacement plan for that?
I will pass.
Bob, I won't need a bag.
Come back.
My percentage is going to be like
Point. There she blows. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after very minimal sleep and sitting outside of my store for about as many hours as I work on a normal Tuesday in that place, I finally got it. The SNES Classic. Now, more than likely I'm gonna end up maybe returning it, maybe holding on to it until I need a little extra cash and reselling it. But right now, I'm one happy camper. You know, it's something about just being a part of a release is exhilarating again. You know, you deal with people who you already know from the get-go their MO is, I'm gonna resell this, and that's the only reason I'm purchasing this item. And to each their own, you know. That's, in a way, you're being an entrepreneur with it. You're like, hey, I know this is gonna make me money in the long run. I'm gonna go get some breakfast and probably talk a little bit about this guy and get into the nitty-gritty as to why I really, like, why I even went out and waited in line and all that kind of jazz for this guy. So I will see you shortly. And here we are, back in the studio, I call it. Otherwise, just my house. I'm back home. Something about just being able, instead of using emulators to play a lot of these old school video games, something about essentially doing it in the most realistic, most similar way that it was intended is really like the draw for these. And I think really what I wanted to kind of talk about in the next video and what this inspired was talking about collectibles. And today I just got a chance to actually speak with people who, you know, this isn't the first time that they wait in line for something, or, you know, you don't remember what it was like to wait in line for something until this and things like that. So it's exciting to bring back like a sense of nostalgia, I guess. It was cool. It was fun. I have my system now. I'm planning on keeping this guy sealed, never opened, in box, just as like a treasure, something to really treasure. Obviously, there's a couple games in here that I would really like to play, but, you know, maybe if the itch gets real, I could definitely give it a go. Again, I have another video idea in mind where I want to tackle collecting, and from my conversations with people in line today, I think it kind of gives me an idea of what really to talk about. So this little guy, for the time being, is going to go on my shelf, where it will be displayed proudly, and I will catch you guys